The goats are just as happy as they can be. They'll have all this cleaned up probably 2 days. Hey, welcome back to Muckle Farm. Sorry if there's a little bit of wind noise. We're finally getting a good breeze out here. It's been kind of, dead lately, and which is really making it easy for the flies and gnats to carry us off. But today we've got a nice breeze coming out of the north, a little bit cool front coming in. So I've got to get some work done here. What we're working on is this area where the riding arena is going to go behind the barn. So the idea is to come off of, I don't know if I want to go off the left side of this gate or the right and go over to the back fence line, which will give me either 100 or 110 feet. And then if I come down, it's 160 feet to the round pen. So I've gotten started cutting trees down, and a lot of these I've been taking out as I go along because the pine beetles are killing them. And of course, every tree where the arena is going has to go. Healthy pines or not, and there's just not that many of them. I can tell some of the ones that are still standing and alive have beetles in them already. So every one of these is coming down and they're going in the burn pit over there. That's the only thing I know to do is cut them up, burn them, get rid of any pines that have beetles in them. I've got dead ones all over the place. So eventually I won't have any pine trees left, which that's fine with me. I just don't want to deal with dead standing pines all the time. So for this, I've got a grapple for the Subcompact. And this is a mechanical grapple. And a mechanical grapple, essentially the bottom jaw hinges a little bit, but where it's at right now is as far down as it goes. So essentially you pick everything up like you're picking it up with an excavator. The arm comes down, the front comes down, and then you control the closing of the jaws with the actual hydraulics. So the top jaw comes around, so you're grabbing everything straight up and down. And you can kind of see how this works. I'll crank the tractor in just a second, but basically you come up to it with the lower jaw flush with the ground, or maybe if it's a pile of limbs, I just drive up to it and drop it straight down on it and then grab it. And it does pretty well for what I'm doing with it. If you were going to be doing commercial work, this probably wouldn't be the way to go. I'd probably go ahead and spend the $1,500 or $1,600 to have a third function control put up on the tractor itself, where you can actually come up with the bottom jaw level and scoop stuff up. For picking up, piles of limbs, I've been cleaning up the old dead stuff that I'd cut. I didn't bother doing any of that on camera, but I had big piles of cut up dead logs, piles of the tops of the trees, and this works fine for that. If you're looking for something to work around a farm that you're not going to be trying to come in, scoop stuff up and turn it back to you, this will work just fine. The cost of the grapples is about the same. A hydraulic grapple costs a little bit more, but where they get you is on a tractor that doesn't have a control, a hydraulic control in the front called a third function. You have to add that. And when you add that, you're going to spend $1,500 or $1,600 for it. And as you can see, that's sitting up pretty high. So a lot of the weight is up even with the top of your engine. And I don't like that. If I'm picking up heavy stuff with this tractor, I want that weight as close to the ground as possible because the tractor just doesn't weigh a lot. And typically I will use pallet forks for picking up heavier stuff. I'll move around bales with it using pallet forks. But I'm able to keep the load very close to the ground. I seldom pick anything like that up. If it's 600, 700, 800 pounds, I try to keep it less than 1.5 feet off the ground. All right, I'm gonna cut up some more of these tops, pick them up with a grapple, take them over and drop them in the burn pit. You get an idea how this thing runs and how well it works picking up stuff. I've seen guys on YouTube saying you can they're using it to pick up stumps and stuff like that, and pick through stuff to pick up items. That's not what a mechanical grapple is good for. wondering if I'm using an electric chainsaw, the answer is yes. Probably not a commercial chainsaw, although they bill it as one, but it's Ego Farm and Ranch. I can cut all these trees down and cut them up on a single battery. You do have to watch your heat if it's especially hot outside, because the battery does get hot. But for what we do, this is a lot easier than messing with gas chainsaws. I've had 5 or 6 over the years, and I just can't keep them running because I don't use them enough. But this one's great. Keep the blade sharp, keep some oil in it, keep the battery charged, you're good to go. All right, I'm gonna set the camera over here on the trailer and we'll get some video where you can see how it looks from the side, picking stuff up. Start getting the treetops over here. Hopefully the sun is not right in the way. The camera may be looking right into it though. Well, it just takes a few minutes and you can make pretty short work of a pile of mess here. I can pick up, and I will pick up, the cut up logs. If you have a stack of those, I think the most I've picked up with it was 5 at a time, but it'll get under them just like it will a pile of brush. I hope that gives you some idea of what you can do with a mechanical grapple. Like I said, it's a subcompact tractor, so I don't have this great expectation that I'm going to be doing heavy construction work with it. It's for use around the farm. I like it because it's small. It goes in the barn. It does a lot of jobs I need to do. Yes, I will be getting a bigger tractor, probably a 4 Series, something in the 45 horsepower plus range. So I can pick up bigger things and move the bigger round bales around without straining this tractor. But for what I'm using it for now, it's perfect. The small grapple works just fine. It's not that expensive. I think that grapple was a little less than $2 grand. So as far as equipment goes, that's not very expensive. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of this. I don't really guess you need to see me picking up log after log after log because it all looks the same. But you got some ideas to range of motion on this grapple. Decide if it's gonna work for you. I'm gonna get this knocked out so I can get the horses in here in a little bit, but this will not be a quick project. It's gonna take me some time. I gotta bring in some fill dirt. I gotta move one of the berms over that protects against the runoff coming off the hill. Move the berm over here, backfill some of this, get all these stumps out, and then I can start putting the fence up for the arena. So not a quick project, but one that needs to be done here at the farm. So until next time, thanks for watching.